So the big question is this: how do aspiring real estate investors like us escape from the rat race and build real wealth and freedom without access to millions of dollars in investment capital and start to live the life that we know we deserve? This is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. My name is Zack Childress, and welcome to Real Estate Investing Talk Show. I am Zack Childress, your real estate coach, and I'm here to talk to you about some things I learned while I was in Dallas teaching investors how to get their business off the ground and running. So Ellie says, "Hey, Zack from Houston, Texas." Love it. The other thing is that, if you guys are out there and you're making headway in the real estate business, there's some things that you should obviously make sure you're clear on. And this was one of the things that I learned while I was in Dallas teaching. Something that I learned, one of the things I learned so many things there with all the students. Some of you are on here that were in Dallas with me. But one of the things that I learned is that the information that is being put out there isn't always heard. That was one thing that really hit me home, was that even as much free information as we put out there, it's not being heard. For instance, I can't tell you how many people came up to me and said that they had deals. And I was like, that's great. Do you have your team together to execute the deal? No. Do you have your funding together to close on the deal if you need to, or use transactional funding? No. Okay. Did you do your market selection and know that you have a deal in the right area? No. Like, what that made me realize is that information is in my book. I mean, my book here, you can get it on Amazon. It's like $6 on Amazon. It's in here. It's in all my courses, my Boots on the Ground, Bus Tour Made Easy, Rehabbing Made Easy training. It's in my Quick Cash Quadrant training. It's in my 30-day Fast Track training. I've talked about it numerous of times on this show about, those key steps before you even start looking for deals. And what it made me realize is that we're always seeking information, but we're not actually applying that information. We can be seekers of information, and we can become the most absorbent person in our family and community and network of information. But if we're not applying that information, we're really not doing anything. We're just becoming overeducated and not applying anything. And so I want to start that off with today with you guys, because I think it's highly, highly important that you don't just consume information, but you apply information. And so the big thing that I learned, if we look at this, what I learned at my 3-day event was that so many people don't apply the information that they're getting or that they've got in the past. And so I want to hit home on that today with you guys, because that was a big eye-opener for me. A big eye-opener was that there was a lot of people there that even had some of my training. There were people there that had none of my training. But at the same time, if you're getting the training, you've got to apply it. So Mike is in the house. Debbie says hi. Awesome, Mike. Manny says they're trapped in their fears. I would agree to that to a certain point, Manny, but here's why I have a hard time believing that to be the case in all situations, because if someone was trapped in their own fears, they wouldn't be out looking for deals, right? They're looking for deals because they're chasing the money. And that's really the big thing, is they're trying to find a deal to make money on instead of doing the things necessary up front to make sure that they can make money. They're just trying to make a quick dollar. And the problem with making a quick dollar is it's not sustainable. There's no longevity into that. And so, I tell everybody, you need to slow down. You need to actually take some steps back and slow down, because chasing a deal is going to get you nowhere. If you don't have your segmentation done, so you don't even know what strategy is going to work the best in that market, you don't have your team together, as in buyers or contractors or the right title companies, you're trying to figure all that out at the last minute, or you don't have your funding lined up. Like, those three components are essential to getting the business off the ground and running. And I know that I've shared this over and over on this live broadcast, and I'm doing it again because I don't think if you're listening, you're not applying, or you're just not listening. And listen, I share that because I really want you to succeed. And if I know for you to succeed, there's certain things you got to have in place. Okay. Birmingham, Bridget's in the house. Good to have you with us, Bridget. So let's regroup. I'm not going to keep you on here long today. I promise. I say that every time, don't I? But I'm not going to keep you here long today, because I think what I'm realizing is even if I spent an hour on here with you, the problem is you're not applying it. You're not applying the information that I'm giving you. I just witnessed it in Dallas as I was asking questions and I was talking to people and I was figuring out what was going on. And some of them have even said, look, I watch all your Facebook live shows, but they're not applying it. So what is it that I could do? And this is a question to all of you watching this and all that will watch this. What is it that I could do, me personally, that could help you not just consume the information, but apply the information, other than doing the one thing that I know would help you, which is giving you a coach, right? Putting a coach with you and having that coach hold you accountable and hold your hand and go through the process. Look, I've said it over and over on these shows. The most successful people come out of coaching because why? They have somebody there to hold them accountable. They have somebody there to lead them through the process. They have someone there to make sure they're implementing the information. So outside of coaching, and look, if you want coaching, great. Let's talk. Let's get on the phone, see if you're a good fit. But outside of coaching, what is it that I could do personally to help you implement the information? So let's see what we start to get. Not in all situations, but once you start to learn, it is frightening to know how fast things can go. That's very true. That's very true, because as you start to learn the process and you start to realize the things you have to do and you actually start doing it, you start to see the wheels start turning and the momentum starts getting created and you're getting closer to doing a deal. So, hey, Toby, glad you're here. Mary says, hey, Zack, this is Mary. Love it. I've got the last step towards becoming available to become applicable. Okay. John says, keep it simple. Accountability, on-site mentoring. Don't run around looking for other programs. I can't read the rest of it, John. It cuts off with, don't run around looking for other programs. If you could type the rest out, that would be great. But I'm with John on this. Yes, keeping it simple, like doing what, like instead of trying to gather all the information and then apply, like take the information and break it into applicable processes. Okay, this was a lot of information. I'm going to do A this week, B next week, and C next week, right? Keeping it simple. Accountability is huge. You're right, John. On-site mentoring, whew, man, I can't tell you how good that is. Mike says, I use forms and checkoff sheets to make sure I'm organized. Love that, Mike. Debbie is who he's logged in as, but it's Mike behind the scene. I know that. So create a university of no student left behind. And that's what we try to do, right, Manny? So John writes it out. He says, don't run around looking for other programs. Zack has comprehensive, multifaceted approach. As all you need. Yes, I've tried, right? Like I've tried to make it so that everybody can consume and apply. Mike says, if you have step forms, that would help a lot. Step forms. Okay, we'll look into that. Step forms. So I do have a step form, I think was what you're referring to, which is in our 30-day fast track. There's actually a composite manual in there, and it's a 30-day step-by-step, literally like every day what you're supposed to be doing to build the momentum. Maybe we could use a flow chart. did you do this? Then do this. Yes, there is a flow chart, but it's more automated. It's called our next step intelligence. And so what that does is when you put a deal in, it says, look, you got 14 stages you got to go through to be successful with this deal. Stage 1, here's the 15 things you need to do before you go to stage 2. Then once you finish those, stage 2 opens up and it says, here's the 8 things you need to do in stage 2 before you go to stage 3. Then stage 3 opens up once you finish stage 2. So, Don, I've done everything in my power to try to, deliver that type of step-by-step process. I know you may not understand that, Zach. The process is coming together. Awesome. Angel says, having other students in your own area. Manny says, from the minute you got up, program yourself. Bridget says, I'd like a solid cold call script. We have them. They're in our master class. They're in our quick cash quadrant system, 30-day fast track. They're all in there. Or a script on how to speak with sellers when doing a walkthrough. Yes, that is absolutely in our quick cash quadrant system. So a lot of things you're asking for, guys, we've developed them and we've put them in our training. So I'm just trying to get my head around it, because that was a really big eye opener for me to realize that so many people had access to training and had been on these shows, but yet they still won't implement. So Toby says, yes, you certainly have, Zach. Thanks, Toby. It gets a little, I get excited when I put stuff together because I'm thinking of the students, right? I'm thinking about like all the things that they need to know and how they need to move forward. But then I get discouraged a little bit too when I know they have it, but yet they're not doing anything with it. And so please read through. John says, please read through all manuals and online videos. Right. That's something that we almost beg people to do. Like they'll get a training and then they'll just call the office and say, well, how do you do this? Well, that's in manual 3. Oh, I didn't read that. How do you do it? It's almost like they want us to just do it for them. And obviously we can't and won't do that. So I just take that into consideration. I also think it's nervousness too. Yeah, it could be nerves, but I take it back and I've thought about all these things, guys, and I appreciate your feedback a lot. I really do. And I've thought about all these things, but then it makes me wonder, well, why would people go chase deals if they're not doing the beginning stages, right? That we teach over and over and over again. And it leads me back to the same concept or idea that they're just chasing the money. And listen, this business can pay you tremendously well, but you have to get past the money. You have to get to focusing on the business itself and the processes and the things that have to be set up first before you can move into a successful business model. So a blueprint with each step of the process for each exit strategy to refer to whenever you get stuck. Yes, and that would be in our 30-day fast track. There's a complete manual. There's a complete manual in there that says your 30-day action plan. And it literally says day 1, do this. Day 2, do this. Day 3, do this. Day 4, do this. So do an extra day of Facebook teaching if you can, but I know you're super busy. Yeah, we used to do 2 days. Some of you remember that. And what we found is that it wasn't creating the type of effect that we wanted. So Judy's in here. Judy was in Dallas, still can't access the items. Spoke to Nick in a circle here. Awesome, Judy. Yeah, I was actually in that conversation. So I know Nick and Jill were working on that for you, Judy. It was good to meet you. It was good to meet your son. That was great too. I love that. So who's that picture there? So I know Jill. So being that you are with Jill now, I would just reach out and ask for Jill, Judy. I know the logins inside Infusionsoft for your training, which is a members area, and then the ADM is a separate login, so she can work with you on that one. Thanks, Zach. This is Abner. Your team was awesome. Me and my son are back in the business. AC. Oh, it cut off on me, Abner. It cut off on me. The last part of it, Abner, was AC was blank. I can't see the other part of that. So, yes, the team was great there this weekend. You and everybody there this weekend was great. The energy was great. Everybody was excited to be there and all the stuff we were sharing. I got tremendous feedback from everybody and how much not only did they love the event, but how they loved our team in the office and how they were being taken care of. And, so I appreciate that. Because here, let's be honest. Usually the only thing we ever hear is when somebody has a complaint, right? I mean, look, society is full of complainers. That's what it is. They don't come to you and say, Zach, I loved everything about this, but I'm having an issue with this. Can you work on it? Right? They don't do that. They just go, I got this issue. You need to fix it. So I appreciate that, Abner, so much, so much, so much. Abner says AC was great with his mentoring. Love it, Abner. Love it, love it, love it. That's awesome. I appreciate all the positive information, Abner. Abner, I had a chance to talk to your son in the hallway about his experience being in Taekwondo and being a black belt. And we shared some information and about my son and so forth. So it was great to be able to talk to Abner Jr. While I was there. Manny says you can't please everyone. Well, I know you can't please everyone, and I've listened over the years. I have definitely come to the conclusion I can't please everyone, right? But it doesn't mean that we can't give it our best shot, right? And so, what I was referring to that is just so many people came up to me at the event and was just really so positive about our team there, our team here in the office in Alabama, and just how much they appreciated us and how much they appreciated being able to talk to someone and be on the phone with someone. And so I just thank you guys. I really do. So for sharing the positive information, other than, coming up and just saying, hey, here's my problem, right? Like, that's really not a great communication style. But I do appreciate all the positive feedback. But you always try to please. Shelley. Yes, I do to a certain extent. I'm learning very quickly is what Manny says, no matter what you do for somebody. I'll give you an example. Okay. We don't work on the weekends. But we had a guy just a while back. He came in and got some products from us over a weekend. Well, he had emailed back in and said he wanted to talk to somebody. Well, no one's here on the weekend, okay? And then like 5 minutes later, he emailed back in and was like even worse, right? Like he was demanding someone to talk to him. 3 minutes later, he was threatening. 5 minutes later, he was threatening us again. So by the time we got in on Monday, there was like 9 emails from this guy. And so, we responded back to him and said, look, we don't work on the weekends, but we're getting to it now. And he was just upset. So me as an owner, I said, look, just refund him everything. Like that's not a customer we want. We don't want somebody that just wants to complain and much less threaten us. Right. So I said, just refund him everything. And we're talking a lot of money, not a couple of $100, not even a couple of thousand, but a lot. And I said, just refund him everything. Well, as soon as we did that, he was all apologetic. Oh, I'm sorry. I really want to work with you guys. I mishandled myself in that situation. Let's reconsider. No, I'm not going to reconsider. But here's what I did learn from that experience, okay? What I did learn from that experience is that, we typically run Monday through Friday, 9 to 4:30. But what I did learn from that experience is this. is that I probably need to have a 24/7 customer support. Yep, see, this is me trying to please everybody again, right? So as of next week, we're going to be integrating a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week customer support center. So that, look, if somebody does call in over the weekend, they can get at least to talk to somebody. They may not be able to get the exact answer they're looking for until Monday, but at least they can talk to somebody. Judy says, you got Jeremy out of his shell. I sure did. Watch out now. Great weekend. Fully immersed and informative. Love it, Judy. Yeah, Jeremy was he was a little nervous on day one, but I had to kick him up on the stage. So Angel says, listen, Zach, plain and simple. You have the best real estate training and coaching, period. Love it, Angel. Love it. Thank you, sir. I would have to agree. I would have to agree with that one. So I think that is a great one. So I have to agree. I am a little biased though, right? Manny says, but you are a man of lots of passion or patience, one of the two. I'm not sure what you're saying there, but I appreciate it anyways, Manny. Here's the point, guys. My message to you today is very clear. You got to apply the information. Look, I've got one more 3-day event this year. That's it. And I'm done. I got one more this year, and it's in Nashville, November 16th. You want to write those dates down. If you didn't make it to Dallas, Nashville's the last one, okay? We're going to keep it small again in Nashville. I loved the size of Dallas. I felt like I actually got to know everybody in that room, which was great for me. I really felt like I was there, and I could touch and talk to people, and I thought that was great. So Nashville's we're going to run the same exact way in Nashville. It's the last one. I'm not doing any more the rest of the year. So you definitely need to be at Nashville, okay? So if you want to be in Nashville, we don't even have the pages up yet, but you can comment in this post right here. I want to go to Nashville. I want to go to Nashville, and we'll make sure that we reach out to you and get you all squared away for Nashville. But it's the last one. You can ask anybody on here that was in Dallas if they got information they could actually use. If they got more than they expected, I'm sure I would feel like I know what that answer is, but I'd be happy for them to answer that for you. Because if you didn't go to Dallas, or maybe you were a fence setter and you weren't sure, you need to be in Nashville. Point blank, you need to be in Nashville. It's a game changer when you come to them. I will open your eyes. Yes, my team will be there, and believe it or not, I will be there too. I know a lot of times that doesn't happen, but I will be there too. Not saying a lot of times it doesn't happen as in me, but other outfits out there. I will be there. I will be teaching. My team will be there. I have my partner Jeremy will be there teaching. So let's see here. Don says, I want to go to Nashville. Judy says yes to both. Thanks, Judy. We're there to help. We're there to deliver. We're there to make sure you get a clear understanding of the direction that you need to be going. And that is the key component to why you come to a 3-day. Now, let's be honest. You come to a 3-day, you're going to learn a lot of information. But is there still more to learn? Of course there is. There's tons more to learn. That's why I'm always telling people you need mentorship. You need mentorship. You need mentorship. You need mentorship, because that's what helps you keep moving forward. Look, our best success comes out of 12 months of mentoring. Our next best success comes out of 6 months. The more time we have, the better results that we can create for somebody. And so, you got to think about that. What does Judy say? Judy says Dallas rocked. Zach and his team were one-on-one. Yeah, that's the Judy, and that is a direct reflection of, because I said I didn't want Dallas to be like Tampa. Tampa we didn't shut it off early enough, and we had like 180 people in Tampa. Where Dallas, we were like, all right, we're shutting this one off. I kept it small. It was a great room. It was a great environment. It was just enough students. And so I want to follow that same model in Nashville, because I know a lot of people wanted to get to Dallas and we shut it off. So Nashville's the last one this year, guys. So let's get ready for Nashville. Let's get you ready for Nashville. Let's get you prepared for Nashville. So type in the comment, I want to go to Nashville. If you haven't been to our events this year, you definitely want to get out to it. And let's get you ready for Nashville. And let's also work together on implementation of information, okay? Implementation of information. The beauty of it is that you do your own events. Yep, that is very true, Manny. That is very true. Me and my team. Let me make sure. Me and my team, okay? Me and my team. So anyways, that's the message I want to deliver to you guys today. I'm going to let you guys move on through your day. But what I learned from my 3-day event was that even when people get the training, they're not implementing it. So I share that with you firsthand. Work on implementing the training. Work on that. And I promise you, you'll succeed much faster. Anyways, this is Zack Childress. I am your real estate coach, and I will see you next week. Come prepared. Let's rock it out together on the Real Estate Investing Talk Show. You've been listening to the Real Estate Investing Talk Show. I'm Zack Childress, and I'm on a mission to create 10,000 real estate bosses over the next year. Will you be one of them? Head over to my website, reisuccessacademy.com/web class, and register for my free web class where you'll discover how to escape from the 9-to-5 grind and become your own boss in real estate. See you there.